Hi guys, Casey Details here. I'm Casey and this is Casey Details. I don't know if that's the best introduction, but anyway. We're doing glass coating today. Essentially, this is the process I do for whenever a client comes and gets their car detailed by myself and they want glass protection. In this particular case, I'm doing it on my van. She's dirty, I know. This is the only time I have free and I'm making a tutorial video. I don't really have time to sort of clean my own van, sort of. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just, you know, being busy. It's a good thing. I'm not upset about it. Anyway, so she's dirty. First things first, what I'm gonna do is clean her off. For this, multiple cloths can be used. Usually I don't do this process because I've already cleaned the car, but we'll have to do it here. So I'm gonna clean this and I'll get back to you guys as soon as we're ready to do our little prep and so on. By the way, this is PPF, so if I put anything on the hood, don't worry about it, it's PPF. So I'm wiping the windscreen top to bottom and then scooping it at the bottom just so that, you know, the microfiber doesn't have to do a lot of absorption. Alright, so the cleaning side is done, the wipe down. I've got an assortment of microfibers that I use, each one for a different thing and each one being used for a different thing. So for example, wiping off the residue from the polish is sort of brand new microfiber, to cleaning what I just did there with the red microfiber is the least brand new, so it's the oldest. So you think of it that way. So as I'm working, I'm going from the oldest, most used microfibers, things I can just throw away, to the newest, where if you get my drift, where again it gets passed down on the next one. But yeah, let's get started. So at this point, usually I'll be wiping down the glass, so the car's been cleaned, wiping down the glass, prepping it for polishing. What I'm doing now, I'm also using the dampness of the cloth on the glass to see ups and high spots and low spots. So for example, right here, I can see where here it's been more eroded than up here because obviously the wipers. So I need to concentrate on this area to sort of fade it in, if that makes sense. Similar to spraying a car. I don't want to have a massive gap in between. So this is very eroded and this is not erosion, and then it's just it steeps off. So I want it to be a bit more leveled out. I can also, this also lets me see if there's stuff on there that's, you know, a bit more than just polishing. You need to do something else to it, and I'll show you guys what I mean in a second. Alright, so that's our prep. We can technically go on to polishing, but let's say for example you've got other contaminations on there that you need to get off. A lot of people will actually wet sand the glass. In this particular case, we don't need to do it. We don't have anything crazy on there, so we don't need to worry about that. A lot of people do it well, they do that because the glass is quite expensive. So it's on a prestige car or exotic car, or it's on a classic car. Again, here we don't need to do that. So that's wet sanding. If you've got heavy contamination, maybe, I don't know, road tar, sticky stuff that's just stuck to it and it's not gonna come off. And obviously you have to take that off before you polish it, because you don't wanna, contaminate your pads, your glass polishing pads. you have to take that off. And to do that, it's called, I'll show you, it's called blading. There you go. It's a glass blade. Using whatever lubrication you would use. Typically, I just use water. But yeah, using whatever lubrication you use, you'll be going at it and then taking off whatever that's on there, working from left to right, up, down, so you get the whole shebang. There's bigger blades, there's smaller blades. Personally, I'm alright with this. This is great for bug and tar removal. It's amazing for that. Anyway, we've prepped it ready for polishing. I've also IPA'd it. So when I was spraying it, I was spraying it with isopropyl alcohol to get off any grease or anything like that. Let me set up my polishers and I'll show you guys what I mean. So I forgot to mention to mask it off, obviously, because what we're going to be using. Sorry, well, I just have there you go. What we are going to be using, you're going to have to excuse me because it's quite late today. Polishing pad. Yeah. Polishing pads. Glass polisher. And this is the reason why I masked it off, is because this pad is very aggressive. Meaning, if we were to touch the paint, it will be similar to wet sanding pad touching the paint. I'll get started with this. We'll move the camera over there so you guys get to see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Right, time to wipe off. Again, for this, you can use isopropyl alcohol, and I recommend it. acknowledge, is quite sticky compared to. Voila. So that's the process. Now I'm going to go around with the 3-inch. Same process around the corners, just to make sure I've got everything. And I'll come back to you guys when we're ready. Welcome back. This is what we're going to be using. Gtechniq G1 and G2. Comes with its assorted bits and bobs. Just put this to the side there. G1 to G2 is my go-to. I've also got Gyeon View. And I think I've got some Car Pro stuff there as well. I don't really go for anything else apart from those two. Let's get to it. Right. So we've done the 3-inch, just conclusion, we've prepped it, we've polished it, now we are going to protect it. With the protection, there's a few options. I have a go-to, there's 2 products, Gyeon View or Gtechniq, G1 and G2. These are the only 2 products I use, so Gtechniq and Gyeon View. I don't really use anything else. I've tried pretty much all of them. I'd say whatever that's big on the market, I've tried it. I've spent thousands of pounds on just protection alone and testing them out and seeing which one's the best one. I've been doing it for a very long time, so I've had that experience where 2 years ago I coated a car with a coating that said it was up to 5 years and it didn't last more than a year. So I've got that knowledge and that background to be able to say, right, this product, it's not going to last a year, but it's going to last 11 months or 10 months. While another product says it's going to last 2 years, I'll be like, nope, it's actually going to last 6 months. So on and so forth. So yeah, these are the only go-tos that I have. I don't really mess around with other products because I've been there and it's just a waste of money. These are the only ones that can really hold out to what they claim to be. That's pretty much it. So what we're going to do on the driver's side, we're going to add some Gtechniq G1 and G2. On the passenger side, we're going to do the Gyeon View, Q2V. This is neither a tutorial, but neither a how-to. It's just something that I do to show my clientele what is included if you were to get this package. That's literally what I do. I don't do anything else. This is just a little experiment for myself on my own car. I have had this done for clients who are also big into detailing. They're own multiple businesses and so on, but they love detailing. That's their little hobby. So they said, Casey, can you put Gyeon on one side and Gtechniq on the other side? I want to know how it lasts, and it's lasted the way it has for them, and it's been inconclusive just because I've had both win at different ranges. So I'm going to do it for myself. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so that's that one. We've got the Gyeon stuff ready. We've already polished it, but I'm going to do it with a Gyeon polish as well, just so that we're not cheating anything. essentially. But yeah. Alright, well, these are curing on. I'm going to be doing the side mirrors. It's the same exact process, the side mirrors. Side windows, it's the exact same process. So I'm just going to do that to you guys in a little bit. And yeah. So we've left it long enough to cure. We're going to start off with the Gyeon side. And then we're going to, Gyeon side, and we're going to go over to the Gtechniq. Now these two have different methods of sort of wiping it off. The Gyeon is a straightforward, as you can see. Gtechniq has its own G2, so this is the cleanser. This takes this off, this is what repels the water, so on and so forth, if that makes sense. And that's basically it. That's basically it. All done. We've got Gyeon on one side, we've got Gtechniq on the other side. I believe today is the 10th of September, so we will come back to this in about 3 months' time. So that will make it 10th of January, I guess. Yeah. No, that won't make it 10th of January. That will make it the 10th of December, yeah. October, November, December. What am I saying? It's been a very long day. It's been a very long night. I'm recording this at past 10 o'clock. And here it is. The only reason I'm recording this, main reason is client wanted to know what protection is, how it works, how it's applied, the in-depth. So this is it. The whole thing takes a few hours. If you know what you're doing, if you don't, it's probably going to take you a lot longer. I'm going to start unmasking now and finish up here and go home and go to bed. You guys have a good day. Please subscribe, like, share, whatever platform this is on. Thank you. What's going on, peeps? Today we are going to do a glass prep, glass polish and glass coating. As you can see, we're doing it on my van. It's got a massive windscreen. I kind of messed up. I should have done it on a smaller car, but here we are. As you can see, the car is dirty and it's raining outside, so I can't really go outside and clean it. So what I'm going to do, I'm only going to clean the glass, obviously the wipers as well, clean the glass and then start prepping that only. You need a couple of things. First of all, cloths, whatever assortion you do, whatever sort you have. I've got a few, so this is going to be the initial. This is a dirty cloth. I'm gonna use this to, not dirty cloth, but like it's gonna take off most of the dirt. It's a clean cloth, but it's the least valuable in my arsenal. So this is gonna do most of the stuff. Initials, this is terrible. Delete this one.